I know for a fact someone high up in management at Toei Animation took one good look at the One Piece anime remake and was like, this is going to hurt the longevity of our version of One Piece. People are going to jump ship to the anime remake and potentially not even ever watch the One Piece anime from Toei Animation. Because it feels like more or less taking one hard look at this was an executive decision to not just help the Toei Animation version of One Piece, but also to jump in front of the ball before the remake of One Piece comes out for the beginning East Blue Saga. Because it's like, for a very long time now, fans have obviously cited that the Fishman Island arc, Punk Hazard, Dressrosa, and even some bits of Whole Cake Island definitely could use a modern day facelift, because it was at some of the worst moments of its entire anime run, and anyone that looks at the One Piece anime now probably are unaware of just how bad the anime was at Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, and Dressrosa. The pacing was awful, to just the animation art being legitimately bottom of the barrel. It was just all around not a good time to be a One Piece anime fan. And for a very long time, people, thought that's just what we're gonna get, because One Piece is so popular, because no one can really rival or challenge Toei Animation because they hold the rights to One Piece. Obviously, it's like they don't really necessarily need to try, because people will tune in to watch One Piece regardless. But obviously, years have passed, and it's been a long time since the ending of Dressrosa and Whole Cake Island, and we have seen what modern-day Toei is capable of, what they have put into the Wano arc, and what they have recently done for Egghead. It's very clear that management has definitely shifted within the core essence of Toei Animation, and they're trying to really make a good product for the fans of One Piece. It has been obvious for a very long time now. Hell, looking at like the impact frames from some of the latest episodes speaks for itself, just like how hard Toei's animators have been going for the series for a very long time. But getting into the main topic though, there is a lot of One Piece information that's come out in the last 10 or so hours, and I want to cover it all here and talk about it in depth in my overall personal thoughts of the subject matter. So what you're currently looking at here is basically a reformatted, re-edited, remastered edition of the Fishman Island arc for One Piece being made by Toei Animation. This is apparently set to air let's see here, I have it actually somewhere. Yeah, it's set to air on October 27th this month. Not too long, just a few weeks away until this actually airs, but it's going to literally be all 57 episodes of One Piece's Fishman Island arc condensed into 21 episodes, aka removing all the filler, the bad pacing, and reanimating it to make it look like a modern-day One Piece anime. For instance, here's side-by-side comparisons of some iconic frames, I'm assuming from the first episode of the remake of the Fishman Island arc, and you can see that it has that very nice Wano aesthetic, the new modern age of how One Piece looks, and I think more or less this is a test to see like how the fans react to this re-edited version of One Piece, and if this is theoretically good and received very well, I could see Toei going further and potentially reanimating Punk Hazard, reanimating Dressrosa, Whole Cake, you get the point, giving post-time skip One Piece the love and attention that it actually does deserve. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The point of the matter is that this isn't the only information that has come out today. One other big piece of information that came out is that One Piece is going to be going on a very, very long hiatus. In fact, you could cite me on this, but I believe that this is the longest hiatus we have ever gotten for One Piece's anime in the history of its anime since its airing. Like, I could be wrong there, but I don't remember at all if there's ever been a time period to where One Piece has been gone for like, let's see here, how many months is it? Like half a year now it's going to be? Yeah, it's going to be gone for like half a year, 6 months until the One Piece anime returns. That's a long time. Like, for instance, you got to imagine this. One Piece has been consistently airing, okay? At the very least, from what I can remember from like 2013, it's been airing consistently every single week besides like holidays. It's been airing every freaking week. Every Sunday, or Saturday night technically, it always had an episode out. And it's like, the fact that that is being thrown away with, and they're putting it on hiatus for 6 months, it's pretty wild. Like, that actually shocks me, because One Piece has always been one of those series where it's like, I've talked about myself with videos, Toei has just been releasing this series for so long, they can't formatted into, let's say, a seasonal or core-like show. They have to continue making it a long-running anime because obviously it's been doing that for so long. It's a staple within Japanese culture as well. There's many people in Japan that just wake up or, stay up to watch the One Piece anime episode that comes out because it's been ongoing for 20 plus years at this point. So, factoring that all in, it makes perfect sense why many believed, including myself, that One Piece would never take a very long hiatus, especially with the circumstances of why it's actually doing it. So, let's dive into that. Why is One Piece going on a 6-month-long hiatus? Is there something bad going on, or is it good news? And in fact, it is good news. So to get right into it, what Toei wants to accomplish with this 6-month hiatus of the One Piece anime is outlined here by Piece. Basically, they want better pacing for a smoother and more exciting watch. They want to upgrade the animation and production quality. They want fresh music and sound effects to boost the action and emotion. A better time slot, which could lead to less censorship. This one in particular is a big deal for me, because it's like anyone that knows about One Piece's manga and its anime equivalent knows that the anime of One Piece is pretty censored. It is. It's definitely censored. Yes, sometimes they show blood and violence and stuff, they do. But for the most part, it is definitely heavily censored in comparison to the manga version. And with the content that is upcoming for the One Piece anime, they definitely, if they want to make it the best they possibly can, they need to have it in a time broadcasting slot that will allow blood and violence, because there's going to be a lot that's going to happen in the upcoming episodes when it officially comes back. So I do think that more or less, what this leads me to believe is that Toei really does want to make the final stretch of the One Piece saga the best they possibly can, because it is a generational show. It is this new generation of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is a legendary series, iconic, and Akira Toriyama's overall legendary status has gone on to really shape and form millions of people's minds on how they feel about anime and manga. While Oda himself, he is someone that is doing the exact same thing. He's went on to continuously write a legendary series that is once again going to shape and form the hearts of millions of people around the world. And I'm glad to see that Toei Animation, they are stepping up their game and really trying to deliver an excellent product instead of doing the bare minimum to release it like they were doing a very long time ago. They have definitely garnered a lot of praise and a lot of love from the anime and manga community in the last few years ever since Wano began, and I'm very happy to see that, because One Piece is a series that definitely deserves really great art and animation and dedication and love behind it, a very supportive staff and team. So, hearing the fact that they're also apparently going to be doing fresh music and sound effects, this is a big thing that honestly sticks out to me more than even the censorship part, because if there is one modern day complaint I could see often that people have with One Piece is the sound effects. Now, don't get me wrong, the sound effects don't bug me, but when you are looking at the fancy art animation and the sound direction that you see from One Piece's modern episodes, and when you have this very old sounding, sound effect, it feels very dated, and obviously it is a part of the One Piece charm and stuff, but their sound effects have been used for 20 to 30 years, maybe even longer than that, and it is time to retire some sound effects to potentially have modern day sound effects that sound more in line and appropriate for One Piece in its new era. So I think that if they are really sitting down to reimagine sound effects and stuff, that's going to be a huge boost to overall the quality of One Piece, not including the better pacing as well, which that's another detail to talk about. The fact that this is the first time I can realize or think about that One Piece's anime has been gone for so long, or it's going to be gone for so long, this does allow the manga of One Piece to build up a lot of chapters and content for, them not to have to do half a chapter animated per episode, because that has been one of the biggest problems that the One Piece anime has always had, and it's effectively a problem not just associated with One Piece, but with long-running anime in general. This is a reason why long-running anime is a really dying breed of just shows. A long time ago, you go back about 10, 12 years ago, you always had a bunch of long runnings. Let's think of Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, obviously. Long running was a huge thing. Having hundreds of episodes airing consecutively, non-stop, no ending in sight, that was a common thing. But obviously, thanks to anime becoming a lot more popular, a lot more studios are having to pick up more projects, there's not enough time to really dedicate as much time to one individual product like a long-running anime. And in this case, I feel like Toei is finally catching up with the times And I think they're potentially wanting to turn One Piece into a seasonal show. Now, there is obviously no proof for this. This is just me pulling it out of my butt. But I do think that with the modern age of anime and just how there's too many projects and too many things being picked up by studios, and I feel like because of just the conversation around One Piece's art and animation and stuff, I feel like Toei, they're probably shifting maybe One Piece into a seasonal or core-like show because it'll have better pacing, they won't have to worry about adapting half a chapter per episode, and it would allow animators more time to really flex their artistic skill with individual episodes. And just looking at how the One Piece anime has been of late in the last few years, imagine a Toei Animation that allows animators even more time to cook on individual episodes. I could not imagine how godlike it would actually look. It's legitimately unfair how One Piece has looked so good as of late in comparison to just regular seasonal shows. So I cannot imagine if One Piece turned into a seasonal show, just how much better it would actually look with passion and care and attention to detail. Now, another thing too is to summarize all this, I do think that Toei, more or less, this is passion from them, wanting to give a really good product for One Piece, but I also think that this is a business decision because they don't want their work cannibalized by the remake, and they are probably very concerned that if the remake is very good, and they probably have had glimpses at it, that they're worried that people might jump ship off their product and might want to dive into only the remake instead of their actual show, their vision of the One Piece anime, and as a business, they obviously do not want that. It would not be good whatsoever if they became second wheel or second fiddle to, you know, the other One Piece anime. So I think more or less this is retaliation in a good way and friendly competition between two different studios and staff members. Once again, there is no proof to back this up, but I do think that more or less is something that makes sense. It does make sense in the grand scheme of things, a business being worried about a competitor, and so they're taking initiative and trying to get in front of it before anything goes wrong. Now, besides all of this, another little detail that does need to be discussed about the One Piece show is the fact that we can now officially say that One Piece is going to get its own version of One Piece as well, with the Fishman Island arc. I do hope that whatever happens with this Fishman Island reimagining or remake, you know, we get maybe Dressrosa and Punk Hazard. I think those are very good arcs that definitely deserve a facelift just as much as Fishman Island. So hopefully we do get something like that. But I guess I'll leave it at that. I wanted to talk about all these details. There was a lot that came out today. It's a great day to be a One Piece fan. One thing I will say that does need to be talked about, I do find it very interesting that the One Piece anime goes on hiatus at the same time period as Dragon Ball Daima. The same studio, Toei, is working on Daima as well. And as soon as Daima comes out, that looks absolutely gorgeous, One Piece is now going on an extended hiatus. I do think there is some coincidence there. Once again, there is no proof that Daima is affecting One Piece in any way, but obviously it is kind of curious on that regard. I do think, though, overall, even if it is, I do think it's for the better to focus on one project at one time instead of trying to do two at the same time, because even if theoretically they were both very gorgeous, the point is that they would cannibalize each other because of just, like, they're both products from Toei Animation, and they don't want to have to split attention to two different products. They rather just focus on maybe one project and have all the money and stuff pour in on that one said project. But yeah, I'll leave it at that, though. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'm really happy as a One Piece fan, and I think a lot of people that are legitimately happy about this as well. I have seen a lot of positivity from this. Obviously, there's people sad that they will not be able to watch One Piece every single week for a while, but I do think that in the grand scheme of things, this is good for the health of One Piece. I'll leave it at that, though. Thank you so much. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.